Welcome to The Next Wave. I'm your host, Nathan Lands. And today we're going to talk all about the future of shopping with AI. The last few months, we've seen Perplexity add shopping, and now ChatGPT has added shopping directly into ChatGPT. You can just buy a product just by talking to your AI. Today, we've got on AJ Bam, the CEO of Viral, a hot startup in Silicon Valley. It's absolutely amazing because it makes video searchable, and brands that are using this are already seeing their sales double. So I think you're going to learn a lot about this, about where shopping is headed with AI, as well as ways you can take advantage of this today in your business. So let's just jump right into it. I've been thinking a lot lately about what the future of shopping and e-commerce is going to look like with AI, right? A few months back you had Perplexity roll out their kind of AI powered shopping, which I thought was an okay experience, but I was like, okay, but I get where it could go. And then OpenAI recently launched their thing, which I think they partnered with Shopify, and they're kind of baking shopping directly in the LLM, which is nuts. You can, I just imagine in the future just being able to chat with my AI and get exactly what I want. And I know you kind of play a different role, in terms of, with your company Viral, where you're more on the AI video side with the social shopping. So I just love to hear your thoughts on the landscape and where things are at.
I think you're spot on that. I think what's happening now is TikTok proved that when you have short form video at scale and it's authentic, interesting, funny, silly perhaps as well, it works.
Right.
So yeah, I think what we're seeing is that I think this is what Instagram and TikTok have really nailed, right? I mean, the algorithm is able to figure out, who you are, what your interests are, and based on your interests and your history, they're able to recommend certain products, on your TikTok feed or your Instagram feed as well, right? And I think the shift that's happening now is this is moving now towards retailers and Amazon, right? I mean, if you go and shop on Amazon now, Amazon is leading all their product pages now with video content. So there is the branded video at the top of the page. There is a user-generated content in the middle of the page. And then Amazon runs its own retail media network as well. They're showing competitor ads, video ads on the bottom of the page, right? But a lot of videos today don't have description. And in fact, TikTok, Instagram videos don't have a title and description anymore, right? So how do you find something in a video? So I think finding ways to help shoppers find what they need inside the video with video search and personalization recommendations is going to be extremely important and key to really driving more conversion. And I'll tell you this, that video, just from our own experience here at Viral, video increases brand trust by 20x. It increases conversion anywhere from 5 to 28%, and it drives deeper engagement. So it when done right, it works. It's magic. So I'll give you just a couple of examples now. We're seeing now brands ask customers for video. So today it's a bit of a manual process, but then there are tools like Viral. Like today, after you make a purchase, you can set up a QR code or a message to invite customers to make a video review. So this is an example where you're buying an electronic toothbrush on an Oral-B website. You land on the product page, and there are 5 video reviews or videos on the page. So now,
oh, that's awesome.
How do you know which of these videos are talking about what, right? So for example, let's say I want to know what people are saying about the brush. So I can instantly search, voila. And this is all AI and ML driven. So essentially, awesome. we make all your video, the audio, text, images, and audio and transcription searchable. So if you look at the experience, right, we generate the video summary, which is very extremely helpful for SEO. So Google can read the summary and the tags and the transcript. So if I go to the next video, it will show you the next search result about talking about brush. And it also shows you the highlights as well, right? So even as a shopper, you don't have to watch the entire video. You can watch the clip that's relevant for you and make a purchase. So
this seems great for brands. I mean, I think for average product videos are so boring, right? And usually you watch them as okay, whatever. It's a highly edited, whatever. But something like this, you actually see real people using the product, and it would, I don't know, that would convince me more.
And the beauty is, we have integrated with Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Dropbox, Google, so we can bring all your TikTok content that you're producing. We can bring all that content to your e-commerce site, so essentially we have built a mechanism to pull in all your videos that you have already produced, or you can also leverage our platform to capture video reviews as well. So here's an example of so this brand has increased their site engagement by about 3.8x. They've increased their revenue overall conversion on average by about 6% last quarter. So video has a direct impact because, again, you can see these are real testimonials from customers. They're talking about how they can use the product and more, right? So I'll give you another example, just different examples. So here's a company that does hot sauce, right? So they have a number of recipes. Hey, I want to know, I want to find what people are saying about, baby, there's only so much heat I can bear. I don't eat
Right.
like very, very hot foods. So I want to know is there a comment about heat about the sauce, right? So instantly it'll find the video talking about heat, right? So this is a game changer. Now you can instantly find, so this, what is this doing, right? This is going to help you instantly decide, like, for example, this comment will help me decide whether, where I want to use the sauce. Is it a recipe? Is it talking about heat? We generate all the key highlights about this hot sauce as well, right? So here we bring search, personalization, SEO, recommendation engine, and buy now, right? To all the.
I guess my one question there is like, that's almost like introducing a new user behavior though. Like, have you seen, are people interacting with that feature a lot, the search?
It's a great question. So what's happening right now is there's a couple of things happening, right? Like everything new, right now we provide, it's very clear on top of the videos, right? That you can search, right? So we're also in the process of integrating this video search with your site search, right? So when you have the site search, most people are familiar with text search, right? So when you start typing the product name or you look for a keyword, it'll also surface video content as well. So we're actually building this as
you probably
we speak.
should do almost like you should do probably like good suggestions as well, right? Like almost like autocomplete.
Absolutely.
Like you're searching for that, it's like how hot is it or whatever, something like this, and then then it shows the videos.
And I think to your point though, we're doing sort of a crawl, walk, run approach, right? The crawl approach is, hey, let's put a richer, an amazing video experience on your site. The walk approach is, hey, let's make sure we integrate search across your entire site on all your pages as well, right? It could be even you might even have a support page for your brand, right? So we have different implementations, and you can put essentially on your homepage or your product page, you can also put videos as well, right? So we're building. So essentially, Varvel has a set of e-commerce tools where you can bring search capability for your site search. For your homepage, we also bring a very rich video experience, as I just showed you, on your site as well, right? So it's a whole new way of shopping that's never happened before.
Yeah, it seems awesome. I guess one thing that keeps popping in my head is like I'm sitting here thinking about like the future of the web, and my slight concern is like, does ChatGPT eat the web? Do like we literally like do people like basically live in ChatGPT?
I think to be honest, like Nathan, it really is going to come down to trust. Can you trust ChatGPT to complete your transaction? I think there's already enough scams and frauds with payments and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So I think the challenge is with any LLMs is, even if they are able to, like to your point, if you go on Perplexity, it shows you, I was looking for Oral-B toothbrush. It essentially brings up a quick pop-up with the image, and it summarizes the reviews from multiple platforms. So I think there's a benefit to getting that review, perhaps a summary of the reviews on ChatGPT, but ultimately my reward points are tied to Amazon. My reward points are tied to Target, right? You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah.
So ultimately, I believe that when a person is shopping, they might even want to do comparison shopping. And as you can imagine, retailers do a fairly decent job now showing you similar recommendations for similar products across multiple brands. Right. So I think my gut feeling is, and it also will depend on the size of the purchase as well. So for example, like, people definitely buy, if the product is under $50, you're very likely to purchase it on TikTok, Instagram. The amount is much lower for trust and fraud to worry about. Versus when you're buying a car or when you're buying a $300 cappuccino machine and really want to see all the videos on how the machine works, the espresso machine works, right? So I would say that it might still, the last mile still happen on the retailer or the brand website.
I feel like what's probably going to happen is ChatGPT will send people to websites still. I hope that's what's going to happen, right? Like I've been seeing, that's actually been a big thing I've been thinking about and seeing people post on X about, is that everyone's saying that traffic from ChatGPT is converting better than Google, which is just like, oh crap. So what does that mean? That means that's a huge disruptor to Google long term, which Google's now getting good at AI. But it feels like people will still go to the website. And then when they're looking for the products, a lot of people would love to see a video of a real person using it. So
and again, also don't forget in-store shopping experience. I would say 90% of still, big purchases happen in store as well, right? So, but with video, you can bring video to in-store shopping. We're seeing more and more packaging with QR codes. we're seeing even on televisions in stores as well as they're playing different product reviews and product videos, you are now actually able to just scan the QR code and open a video experience to read the
Interesting.
reviews or watch the videos in
Yeah.
store as well, right? So my point is, I think it's going to be an omni-channel experience
Right.
at the end of the day.
Hey, if you take a look at my web presence online, it's safe to say that I'm a bit AI obsessed. I even have a podcast all about AI that you're watching right now. I've gone down multiple rabbit holes with AI and done countless hours of research on the newest AI tools every single week. Well, I've done it again, and I just dropped my list of my favorite AI tools. I've done all the research on what's been working for me, my favorite use cases, and more. So if you want to steal my favorite tools and use them for yourself, now you can. You can get it at the link in the description below. Now back to the show.
Something that's popped in my head is like there's a few places in Japan, I'm not sure if America has this yet, but when you shop, you just put the product down and then they know how many of the products you have. I'm not sure exactly how they're doing that. Uniqlo in Japan does that, and a few other places do that. You literally just, you put the products there and there's no scanning. It knows how many of the products you have.
Absolutely. I think again, the future of commerce with video is going to be it's going to be very different. Right now, I would say it's more two-dimensional video. It wouldn't be surprised if we see 3D, AR, VR experiences as well with video content and reviews, which you might be able to just experience with your phone. And maybe, as you're seeing more smart eyewear come through, I can see an application where you just stare at a product with your eyewear.
Right.
And it's literally pulling the video review on your screen. I'm not kidding, right? It's totally, it's coming. It's a matter of time.
Yeah. Matt, my co-host, he loves the glasses, and he's always talking about that.
So I think this might be a good segue into talking about what Varel does behind the scene.
For sure.
That's actually a great question to lead into. I'll do a quick demo of the dashboard, just a very teaser demo. And
So if you could show me like how Viral works, show me the tech behind the scenes. You show me the widget, so that's cool. But like, how would a brand actually use this?
Yeah, absolutely. So essentially, the good news is most brands that do 5 million plus in revenue already are producing some video content. So let me actually share my screen and we can show you the magic. How does Varel actually create all the magic with our AI and everything? So, as I mentioned before, the biggest challenge today is making all your video content searchable and making it useful. So really, what I'm showing you is a demo for Oral-B. It's really a sample snapshot of some of the data. So in this case, we captured 24 video reviews. So we are tracking the brand was interested in managing videos for a few of their electronic toothbrush products. So what we did was we captured reviews from customers via QR code campaigns, and we also captured reviews from social media. So in this case, these 24 video reviews came in from either social media or via campaign. So essentially on the Varel platform, a brand can essentially set up a QR code. So here's an example where you can set up a QR code campaign and you can invite your shoppers. Here's an example of a QR code. So the brand actually sets this up and they set up they personalize the experience. And what you're seeing is actually a mobile experience. They might give you a reward for making a video. It's optional. Campaign description, brand instructions. And the big problem we have solved, Nathan, is licensing. So the biggest fear that brands have is someone putting a video on their site or something that has been unlicensed and they get into a lawsuit. So how do you capture video reviews at scale, right, is the problem that the Varel has solved. So now with us, you can essentially create a campaign and it generates a QR code. And you can tie this QR code to your shopping experience. So you can, after a customer makes a purchase, you can invite the customer to upload a video review. So when they scan the QR code, it will prompt them with the campaign details, and it will invite them to upload a video. And what happens is the video directly comes on the Varel dashboard and it gets analyzed. So in this case, we have 24 reviews that came in. If the video is social, we track your social media engagement. We track demographic, who's in the video by age, ethnicity, and gender. So you'll notice at a glance that there are 40 to 50-year-olds missing in the video. So we have actually analyzed who is in the video. And by the way, we don't store any personal information. This is simply at a very high level, helping brands understand, are people making your videos, are they on target with your demographic, right? So you notice there's no 40 to 50-year-olds in the video. So maybe if they're targeting that demographic, they should have videos featuring 40 to 50 years old. And then below, we launch a rating system. So at a glance, brands can decide whether they want to publish the videos or not. So for these products, we have for this SKU, we captured 11 reviews, and they have a score of 89. So if the higher the score, better the video. So if the score is above 60, the brands can promote the video. If the score is below 40, it's very negative. And we even generate the highlight. So if you select the video, it will take you inside the video to the key highlight. So as a brand manager, e-commerce team, you don't have to really spend time watching all your videos. Now, what makes Varl really special and unique, and recently we just landed a contract with TikTok to power video reviews for TikTok for the 500,000 TikTok shops. So essentially now we have, and the reason we got that contract is we have 150 different filters on the platform. So on the right, you see all these filters. So essentially, it's a mechanism for brands to moderate their video content or retailers to, and all of this is offered via an API. So you can now search by positive sentiment. You can say, show me everyone in the video that's 18 to 24, 25 to 30 to 30 to 40 years old. And I'm looking for a video that talks about battery life that I want to promote. So you can instantly search the word battery life or a product feature. It'll show you all the comments about battery life. And not only can you see the comment, you can even open the video. It will take you inside the video.
I want to make sure I understand what I'm seeing. So
with TikTok is leveraging our platform to help their merchants capture video reviews for TikTok Shop. So essentially, either TikTok will help capture a video after the purchase is made on TikTok Shop, and then Varl will analyze the video and we'll have a merchant dashboard where TikTok merchants can log into the Varl dashboard. They can see all the insights for all the video reviews, and they can then publish that content to the TikTok Shop. So TikTok has given us exclusive right to be able to publish video reviews that are authentic and that are vetted, right? Because TikTok has 30 rules. You cannot mention the word Amazon in the video. The video has to be less than 3 minutes long. You cannot have minors in the video. It has to be brand safe. It has to be properly licensed, right? There should be no profanity in the video. So Varl is building a filter, a TikTok filter, an Amazon filter, or a Walmart filter to be able to vet this content with these filters we have on the right? So essentially, that's the use case for TikTok. For other brands and retailers, they can use our platform to manage all their video content across multiple SKUs, across multiple platforms. So we have one dashboard. We are now going agentic as well. So we just launched an AI e-commerce agent where you can ask questions about your video data and you can get answers. So here's a couple of examples. I wanted to know what are some of the top topics being discussed in the videos, right? So I can ask questions now. So it gives me an answer.
That's awesome.
So now brands can, instead of having to watch videos, they can spend more time on actioning content. They can instantly get insights. So they want to create content. Or they're interested in, they just launched a new toothbrush. Hey, what are customers saying about cleaning? They get a summary along with the clips, right? So they actually
you probably could get unique insights from that too. Like, people in Japan are talking about this or whatever. What are they saying? And you can actually learn about new opportunities for your brand through that too.
And speaking of insight, these are all the insights we deliver. And I'll just give you a quick example of an insight. So if I open the speech report, you can quickly see if I select, and by the way, brands love the speech report. They use it for SEO, for identifying competitor mentions and trend analysis. So we can take you inside the keyword and you can even play the clip. It'll take you inside the video, right? So we have different reports. And I want to show you one last thing, the level of insights we offer for our customers and the way we make the video searchable. We generate the video summary. We detect the sentiment score, whether people are saying positive, negative about your product or brand. We detect languages, sentiment analysis, topics, demographic. We have marketing workflows. You can do sentiment analysis of the audio. We even break it down by product feature, which has never happened before. So we have built our own models. So it's not LLMs. We actually have our own AI, about 18 plus models that understand everything inside your video review and your video content.
You say 18 models?
Yes. So you can imagine, it's been, that's why we've been at this for a while, right? It's not easy, and we're going deep with our models in e-commerce, right? So here's where we give you all the insights on your content, and then you can, on the right, you can see you can publish the video. So we then have mechanism to publish content. So you can build your own carousels, so programmatically you can publish content to your site. And here was the experience where when I showed you before that you can now publish content to your site and you can customize the whole widget, the colors, whether you want the highlights, whether you want the search or not, and instantly, you can enable a search experience. So we have solved the holy grail of commerce, which is in-video search, personalization, SEO, recommendations, and buy now inside the video. Yeah. So that's
so
a quick, very short demo.
Yeah.
of what we do.
One thing that like really stuck with me that I keep thinking about was, because I was thinking one of the big values was like having the almost like the more organic videos talking about a product. And so it seems like most brands are only doing the opt-in. Is that like they have like a campaign? Is that the main thing they're doing?
Today what happens is most outside Viral, if they're not using Viral, they usually do branded and influencer videos. The problem is, how do you capture licensing rights from your shoppers at scale, right? So with Viral, you can now program the QR code with either with our API or with our campaigns on your store. And after a customer makes a purchase, they get the QR code. So essentially, the customer scans the QR code, makes a video, accepts the licensing terms, and they're sharing their licensing terms, by the way. And essentially, they're giving the right to use the video, right? So at scale. Yeah, I mean, I'll just give you an example. Like I think where things are headed. I'll give you a fun example. So imagine you just watched a Mission Impossible movie, and you're coming out of the theater, and you bought a ticket on Fandango or AMC Theaters. And imagine you get a quick nudge by the time you're home from Tom Cruise saying, "Hey, Ajay, do you have a minute to chat with me?" So this is where the future of commerce and conversational AI is going with video reviews, right? So imagine you open the video and you're just intrigued. Hey, Tom wants to talk to me, right? So and
it's like it's like AI video Tom, and it's like a little disclaimer. By the way, I'm not really Tom Cruise, and then he just keeps going on talking to you, and then by the way, you want to make a review, and I'll give you a coupon or something. Yeah.
So imagine, but even better, right? Like it's an avatar of Tom Cruise. It's a licensed avatar of Tom Cruise, just to be clear. Right?
Yeah.
And he's like, and imagine like Tom Cruise says, "Hey, I have 3 questions for you. Do you think I should make Mission Impossible 5? Right? And how was the theater experience? And what else can we do better? Right? Or any other ideas? Right? So we can program. So this is where brands can program 25 questions. Right? Maybe Tom Cruise, his production company could have asked 25 questions to his fans and followers.
In the future, you're going to want to have Tom Cruise's rights to be able to use it in other products, and you have some kind of revenue share with him or whatever his estate in the future. But it's crazy.
Nathan, even with your podcast, I wouldn't be surprised if another 6 months a pop-up comes up and you're chatting with me on your site, you're an avatar of you, and saying, "Hey Ajay, what podcast should I be making? What topics are you interested in?" And you're actually chatting with me to capture some information from your site visitor. Right. So I'm telling you, like where things are headed, I think the future is going to be amazing. I can't wait.
It'll be fun.
And also, just last thing I would say is, I think all these platforms, including Viral, we have to be transparent and honest about what's AI generated versus not. Right. I mean, if you ask me, just a quick point I'll make is that when it comes to video reviews, people do not want AI generated video reviews. I'll tell you that.
Right.
Because that's a scam.
They're coming.
And that's a scam. So we're building tools to identify, to make sure that our review is human generated, and we're validating it's a human on the camera, not something else. Right?
You think you could do that? Like, I'm curious how long that'll work. It's like it might work for a year or two, but like in 5 years, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's like where there's a lock, there's a key, there's a thief, and then the circle just it goes on, right?
It seems like there'll be something like that. Actually, my last startup, we were doing a thing where we were trying to do show who created things, right? Like if you create a piece of art, immediately put a mark on the blockchain showing like, a cryptographic hash showing like, I created this at this time, and here's the first use of it, so it's obviously mine. We created a system like that for artists. It was a little bit, I think, ahead of its time. I think in the future that startup or something like that probably actually makes a lot of sense. Of like, as soon as you create something, there's a record, and people check that database or blockchain or whatever. Yeah, I think something like that's going to be coming. I hope.
It is.
So AJ, you've got a time machine, okay? Like, bear with me. You've got a time machine. You've traveled to 2030. Let's keep it somewhat near. You get out. What's different about the world, and are more people working or less people working?
Great question. I think we're working the same, except we have more time to spend time with our family. We have more time to take vacations versus so I don't believe it's about more or less work. I think as humans we always work. We want to be busy, right? But the quality of work we produce might be the quality of work that we produce we'll get there faster than ever before. And we'll just have more time. It's like, I just read the book Buy Back Time, which is a classic on, how do you make time as a leader to do other things in life. And I believe that, AI is going to speed up things, So I believe that in the long term, I really hope that it gives humans more time to rest, to do what they really love. And maybe, to your point, I think we might be able to do multiple things and do more with our lives than ever before.
Right.
In China, they just produce a robot that essentially can do farming. It can pick strawberries on the farm, right?
Oh, wow.
It's crazy. It's coming, right? So you can imagine like tasks where you're carrying a lot of load, or it's heavy, or it really impacts your human body in some form or shape, as in human wear and tear, or where a job is likely to create any job hazards, right? I mean, we've had in certain jobs, like, if you're carrying a lot of weight, you might have a broken spine at some point, or you've seen injuries with sports and all that, right?
And you probably die a lot younger in all of those because of that.
Right. So my point is, I think if anything, our workplace is going to get safer, in my opinion, and I hope it does. And I hope we find more time to do what we really love and spend more quality time, if anything, with it.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I kind of imagine that we're going to have a future where some people are probably going to be more chill and some people are probably going to be less chill. I mean, depending on their personality of what they want, right? Like some people will probably be able to work a lot less and just relax.
Yeah.
And I think we'll have some people, it's like me, like I've tried to retire a few times. It never sticks.
Well,
yeah.
Exactly. Like I'm a type A as well. Like I don't see like how I'm going to stop working because there's AI. Like I mean, I might be doing other things, right? I might, one of my passions is travel. Maybe I'll travel more than ever before. And to your point, travel, AI is going to make it very easy to make my booking when the prices are low. Set a programmatic an AI agent to get a ticket for me when the prices are low. Find a travel itinerary for me and make a booking, right? So again,
make your life easier too, right? Everything's just ready, and you get there, and the AI is like, everything's ready. Here it is, and you're done. And it's like, okay, cool. Yeah, I want to do this. Okay, cool. Here's some suggestions. I helped you book it all. You're good to go. It's going to be. Life's gonna get better.
Just everything, right? I mean, this whole LLM and ChatGPT is the fact that you can summarize, right? Now, even at Varel, we're starting to. We're launching a chat with videos now. You'll be able to ask a question and say, hey, can you please put together a video itinerary for me I'm looking for a festival and I'm going to Spain, and I will allow you to create an itinerary with video content, and you can just ask the natural language questions. So in a week or two, we're launching a chatbot where you can ask questions and talk to your videos.
Wow. That's going to be crazy. So, I'm thinking about like a podcast. You're watching, and this is like a slightly different than what you're saying, but like, imagine with, you're watching, Joe Rogan or whatever, you're watching The Next Wave, and you have a question or whatever, and like there's some button you press and you literally see the host, AI video version of the host, and now you can actually chat with them or talk with voice. This going to be so cool.
It's huge. I would say like there are 5 areas directly that will be impacted in future with AI, or with ChatGPT, and that is content generational, conversational AI with video, personalization, SEO. I think the reason now LLMs are doing a better job is they're able to better understand content than ever before, right? I think that's the problem they have solved, right? Whether it's video or audio or text. So SEO will get better. SEO will improve significantly with LLMs as well. I'm now even like coining the word LEO, which is LLM-based engine optimization, if you will.
Oh,
like
okay.
You know what I mean? Like
I've been saying AIO, so it's AI optimization, which I mean doesn't exactly make sense, but it's kind of catchy.
Yeah, I mean, reckon. So what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, it's going to be a much more personalized experience for everyone. Whether you're shopping or whatever task you're doing, it's going to be hyper personalized to your needs and to your capacity.
Yeah, actually, that's probably a good thing that I should have touched on maybe really quickly before we get off here. If you were building a business today, how would you be preparing for like these changes that are coming with shopping? Like, how can you take advantage of the changes that are happening?
From a company perspective, I would say that it's really important now that all your employees are up to speed and trained on AI and what AI does, AI works. In fact, I would say that the first question in the interview is, should be AI related. Maybe give them a task that
make sure they
can do
know
on
how to use it. Yeah, pull up ChatGPT. Let's see if you can do more than like a Google search with it.
Right. So that prompt engineering and that that it gets to what I said before is finding curious people. The curious people are very likely to ask great questions.
Right.
Right. So I would say that training is very important. The other thing is also make sure you are on top of things like whatever domain you're in. There's plenty of newsletters. There's plenty of tools now. I would say be hands-on. Like, I think we live in an age right now where whether you're a CEO or whether you're, everyone in the company, right, at all levels, right, need to be playing with tools and now, tools are free. They're easily accessible on your browser. So there's no reason to complain that you don't have access, right? I think that excuse has gone away, right? So make sure, and also like, getting your employees to play with tools as well. Let's have people try different things, right? So I think we're seeing all these, and in general there's a transformation happening as well, right? And then eventually figuring out what is going to make your job easy, cost effective. How can we bring more efficiencies for our employees, right? With AI, I think that's starting to happen. We're already seeing that in our company as well.
Yeah, I've been seeing tons of different CEOs starting to share like almost like an AI first approach to hiring, like not trying to have less people, but make sure that everybody you're hiring knows how to use AI, because that's just going to amplify their outputs by so much more. So man, AJ, it's been fun. Maybe we can have you back on in the future again sometime. Where should people check you out? Like, should they check out your website, or are you active on social media anywhere?
Please.
Or like,
absolutely. So, we're very active on LinkedIn. We're very active on, we're also you can check out my website as well. So if you just go to varl.com/commerce, if you want to play with the experience, you can do that.
Probably should spell that out for people. Make sure they know how to type it in.
Yeah, great question. By the way, the word viral it's a play on the word virality. Videos go viral, but it's spelled a little bit differently. It's VYRILL. So it's viral. Again, VYRILL.com, viral.com.
Cool. Yeah, and we'll put a link in the description. So it's been great, and hope to see you again sometime.
Yeah, thank you so much.